Hey, I'm Matt with Let's Talk Music, and I am here with the fellows of Sekond Skyn. How we doing, guys?
Hey,
Good.
Going on.
Nice to meet you, Matt.
what's up?
So, if not everybody's shown up, we got Jesse who's on vocals, Mark on
Hey,
guitar,
man.
Zach on guitar. Oh, look, man of my own heart, Rona.
Yeah.
Brian on bass, and Tommy on drums and backing vocals. So,
Yep.
guys are based out of Fork River, New Jersey. Um, where's that at?
It's like Central Jersey, but right on the water, East Coast. Central Jersey, right on the coast.
Okay. So I have family in
It's like actually 40 miles north of like Atlantic City.
Oh, okay. Cool. So guys, the new jam, My Head. Um Loved it. It's got like all of the metal elements. I mean, little breakdowns, the guitars, everything was sounding just awesome to me. And unfortunately I had to work a long ass day today, so that was the only song that I got to listen to. But if the rest of the album's like that, I'm looking forward to it. So tell me a little bit about My Head, man. I mean, what's the basis behind it?
Jesse, go.
Yeah, man. What's going on, brother? Yeah, well, it's basically about a bad relationship that I was in for way too long. And she was getting in my head because she was like a psychotherapist and she knew how to do that. So all that shit came out when we were writing in the studio. And it just happened, man. It happened so fast. It was awesome with the help of these guys.
Cool. So I mean, kind of therapeutic then.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think the Ramones had a song called Psychotherapy, didn't they?
Yep. Yep.
It's quite possible. And Zach, you directed the video, or well, shot and edited the video.
Yeah, yeah, we did it in like a night at the studio. I think behind Tom you could see our set, our green screen, and
Green screen still up.
yeah we never took it down because we got to film like two more videos soon. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got some strobe and nobody had a seizure, so that's good.
I didn't have one watching it, so that's a plus.
Yeah, don't watch if you're prone to fast moving objects.
Right. So, in your press release, I was looking at how you were classified, and see if you guys agree with this. It says a diverse blending of blues-driven hard rock, metal riffs, southern rock vibes, and an element of classic and stoner rock.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I agree with all that.
I'd
Sounds
say
pretty
so.
good.
Yeah, I mean, you almost cover every genre right there as far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, we don't really stick to this like one certain style. We mix it up a little bit,
Yeah.
So we have many influences, and I think that comes out in the songs that we write.
So on the album, is it out yet, or is it still coming out later?
It's still in the works. I think our next one is sometime in July. Third single is August, and then I would imagine late summer or fall is when the album probably drops, but who knows?
That's what it said, coming out late summer. That's why I was wondering if it was possible that it had came out yet, and it's called Letting Go.
Yeah.
So is Jesse, is that part of did you name that part of from like My Head and the issues that you had with that, or
I think we all sat around and I think Mark might have came up with that letting go. I wasn't sure. It was a collective. We were trying to decide on a few different names.
Tom actually said something, I think, let it go. And I was like, how about letting go? Because it's in a sense, if you look at the cover of the album, I don't know if you've seen the cover picture yet, Matt.
yes,
But you have. Okay, so basically, it's this being holding its heart, almost giving it away. You're just kind of letting go, man.
I was a big fan of the Frozen soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Me too. I heard it so many times that like now I just want to like stick a fork in my ears when I hear that song.
I
So
don't even know what that is.
You don't got daughters.
yeah. So the album consists of 10 songs, 9 originals, and then you guys covered Chicago's 25 or 6-4. What made you decide to do that one?
I don't know. How did that come about?
We
We
like
were kicking that around for a while.
Yeah. I
I
think
mean,
Mark and I were probably just having a couple beers after practice, and we were trying. I know we were all talking about doing a cover at one point, and we were kicking around a couple ideas. But I was like, well, what if we did like the guitars, like the horn parts on the guitars? That might be kind of cool. So I think
Yeah.
that was like one of the things that really like started it.
that was a major thing that Zach was able to do the horn parts on guitar, and it just kind of said, "All right, we can really do this as our band and not add anything extra. Just kind of rock it out, you know."
Yeah.
No keyboards. No keyboards.
Yeah.
Well, and that was one of the things that I was complimenting Zach on last night with his other band. I was as the guitar work, and it really doesn't surprise me that you would be able to do that. The horns instead of the guitars instead of the horns, because like I said last night, man, phenomenal guitar player. And I mean, all of you guys together, just like I was talking about with him and Olivia, you guys, you fit so well together. I mean, and that's part of being a band, a successful band, is being able to feed off of each other and be like a brotherhood.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
man.
Definitely.
that's what you basically strive for, you know. And sometimes it's always tough because you have 5 different individuals, you know, living different lives, but you come together collectively, and you strive for the same goals, and you like the same stuff. And I think it shows, you know, when you're tight with the guys you play with, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, I haven't heard much from you, buddy. How you feel about all this?
I'm good. I'm very happy with the way the album came out. It's really the best stuff we ever wrote, for sure. Every song is great on it, in my opinion. Yeah, I just think it's gonna do something for us, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that judging by what I heard from my head, it's definitely you're gonna get somewhere with it. I mean, and it was released what 11 days ago or something like that, and it's you already got almost 2,000 views. So I mean that's that's a plus too.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
bad.
it's definitely moving up.
Yeah, I mean it's I don't think it's so much numbers anymore though. It's a matter of like who hears it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It strikes the right person. They're like, oh man, I want to get in contact with these people. And God knows that if I had, record label money sitting in my bank, I'd be signing all kinds of bands because I talked to all kinds of great bands, man. So, yeah, I was,
That's something about it now too. There are so many great bands, and it's easy to put stuff out by yourself.
it
And it
is.
kind of all
Yeah.
clogged up, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously you guys still got some exposure because in the release it said that you played with bands like Hell Yeah, Life of Agony, Monster Magnet, STP, Ellefson. So I mean those are pretty major acts.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
you guys just I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that was a short list actually. We've played with a lot of bands, a lot of major bands over the years.
Yeah, but I mean that that's
Mhm.
just kind of what what was in the press release. So I mean it's
Yeah.
those are all national acts. So how long have you guys been together?
That's
Uh,
Well,
This version, like 5 years, maybe.
I joined the
More
band in
than-
2016.
20. Oh.
So
there you
was that
go.
like 6 years,
Years?
7 years?
it's definitely a commitment, though. We get together every Tuesdays and Thursdays and grind it out, man. We write almost every time we get together. It's a really cool element.
Right, and that's like that the brotherhood I was talking about, man, is like, when y'all can sit in a room and it flows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
absolutely.
probably have a whole nother album's worth of songs written already, or close to it.
Yeah.
Constantly writing every time.
So,
Yeah.
so what number album is Letting Go?
Okay, well, I guess under this
I'd say 2.
configuration, it would be our second one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, like I said,
The the,
I was able
the
to look,
band it's
huh?
the band itself has been together. The original Carnation was back in 2005.
Oh wow.
Tommy's the original drummer. I'm an original guitar player. And over the years, as bands go, sometimes things fall apart, things happen, you change members and you keep on trying to move on and continue your progress. You know what I mean? So, under this configuration, like Zach was saying, since like 2016, and with all the bullshit that happened with the pandemic and crap, and we were really pretty well oiled at that time, playing a lot of shows, writing a lot of songs, and obviously everybody felt that crashed for a couple years,
Oh
and
yeah.
then now we're back at it again, and so that's why it's only our second album underneath this configuration, you know. So
Yeah. That pandemic screwed up a lot of shit, man. I know I've talked to several bands that they was talking about how much momentum that they had, and it was like they were doing so great, and it was the best they would
yep,
have done, and then bam, a brick wall.
Yeah, even a lot of
yeah,
clubs was closed down too because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Never reopened, you know.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of places we were playing regularly, they're gone, or they're demolished. Uh, so that kind of was a blow to us, like playing live. But we're trying to slowly ease back into it as things reopen or like open up brand new.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I tell you, a killer club here in Columbus, man. King of Clubs. Uh, it's owned by a guy named Cue Ball from X Factor One. I don't know if you've heard of that band. But he
No.
he opened up this venue, and uh, it's I love the Newport because of the nostalgia, because of the history of it. Or the Columbus Agora, whatever you may know it by. But uh, this place, man, I mean, is one of the best venues I think around, at least in Ohio, because the dude doesn't try to kill you on the price of beer, the price of food. The bands are always accessible. That they come out afterwards and talk to the fans and stuff. It's a really cool place. And so if you guys are
There you
looking,
go, Tommy.
road trip.
yeah, man, if you guys are looking to book any shows,
yeah.
check that place out.
King of
Excellent.
clubs, huh?
The King of
King of Clubs,
Yep, the King of
Columbus, Ohio. Okay,
I promote this dude every chance I get, man. I mean, he's a cool cat. I've hung out with him at the club. Done quite a few live interviews there. Like I said, it's a nice place. Probably I'd say around 500 capacity, something like that. It's not real huge, but it's
Yeah,
nice.
that's kind of small, right?
Yeah,
well, the Saint was like what 225. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's
really
like double
small.
that room, and that's not that bad, man. So that's good. Definitely worth a stop by. On the road.
Yeah.
like I said, I think it's 500. I'm not sure of the exact capacity, but I know that. Um, I mean, Doyle's getting ready to play there. They've had some pretty big acts in there, and of course, him being from a local band, he promotes a lot of local acts. So, you know,
That's cool.
I feel like bands that like yourself, if you hit him up, send him some music, he'd probably be interested in booking you.
All
Cool.
right,
Yeah,
cool. We'll
that's what
definitely hit him up.
Jersey's
Yeah.
missing. Jersey don't have any. They're all into other music now. It's weird.
Yeah. It's a
Seems
lot of like,
they-
yeah. Not
There's a lot
what
of
we play.
yeah. There's a
Well,
lot of I guess hipster and jam band stuff going on now in Jersey. Um, so the rock gigs are far and few between,
mhm.
But so it's worth considering going back out on the road and hitting some venues and making a tour out of it.
I'll say probably about maybe a what 8 hour drive from there to here.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, and I mean
Cleveland.
it's
What's that?
Is that near Cleveland?
Columbus. No,
Columbus?
it's about 100. It's about 2 hours south of Cleveland.
Oh, okay. I've been to Cleveland, but
Mark,
so
wasn't
it's
there a place
closer.
out there called the door with the hole in the wall or something like that?
You're thinking of the double door, but we played a place in Ohio. It was like we went downstairs. It was like,
The
yeah,
basement.
I don't know. Yeah, kind of like a basement, but it was a little different. It was like down a level, but then it was kind of open.
Yeah,
It was
it's
in a college town, right?
yeah, the basement.
Yeah.
That's Promo West.
Okay, so I think me and Tom played there before.
Okay, because yeah, above it is the A&R bar, and then next to it is Promo West's big venue. It's like it's Kimba Live now, but it's been Express Live. It's changed names so many times. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just worth thinking about. I mean, because if you guys want to get out on the road, as I think honestly, it's one of the best clubs to play around here. And I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of music you play. That venue is always packed, man. There's always people wanting to go see a freaking concert in Columbus, dude. Columbus,
Yeah.
I mean, Ohio is not just a cow tipping place. We love our rock and roll.
I like cow tipping. Cow tipping's fun.
I'll tip
Well,
it and
yeah,
then go
man.
see a show.
What's even better is you throw on some headphones and you turn on some fucking metal and then you go cow tipping.
Yes.
That's
You
angry
get drunk first after the show.
right. So anyhow, you guys, I was reading that you were produced by Mike Orlando from Adrenaline Mob. He did the recording and mixing.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
He's Mike's awesome.
What he
Yeah.
said.
He
Yeah,
helped
he
us
did
a lot.
he did a great job. He helped us out a lot, and he's got a really good ear and a really nice studio, top of the line. So I think we all recommend if someone was to record and want a professional job, go see Mike, because he'll get it done. Because we're real happy the way it came out.
yeah,
He made
Really
it
nice guy too. A lot of
Yeah.
times I feel like you go to a studio and maybe they're kind of a stickler, but Mike is like one of the easiest going people that I've worked with. So that's really cool.
so I mean, he did the recording and the mixing, but did he do the producing also, or
No,
No.
we
We
produce it.
you produced
we
it?
basically produced it in house. We do pre-production. There's a couple of us tonight here at the studio that we have, and when we're ready and have a group of songs together, we'll do pre-production on them, get them all set, and do some scratch tracks on vocals and things, and put it all together, and say okay, and then we have a game plan, and we go in and we do that. So
Yeah,
because
we
the
do
idea
drums.
is you want to try to make a fast time in the studio. You don't want to spend a lot of time, waste a lot of people's time and money, and you just want to kind of get it done the best you can. And usually that takes a little while, definitely, but at least we're on top of it and not wasting anybody's time. So
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead, buddy.
I know when we go into the studio, everything happens so fast, especially this time with Mike. He made it so easy for me to sing. It was ridiculous, man. I think I did those songs in like first take, most of them.
Everything was doubled too, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so. He might have told me not to double a lot of stuff this time. I know that's kind of like an Ozzy trick. That he doubles his voice, but some engineers know when to do it and when not to, and he really helped me out, man.
yep.
Awesome. Now, do you also, Jesse? Do you also do the unclean vocals, the the screaming, or is that Tommy?
It might be Tommy what you're hearing, but I do scream a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Jesse's got the pterodactyl going on.
I like that, man. Oh shit. And Zach, I tell you, the difference between the videos I watched last night with you, and then the videos in this one where you're kind of, you know, got your eyes rolled back and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I was digging.
Two
Yeah.
totally different atmospheres. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to do. Everybody got like a crazy moment.
Right. What
That
about
was improv.
what about the rest of you guys? Do you have any other projects that you're into, or is it just Second Skin?
Just Sekond Skyn here, man.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, this is our passion.
this is the main thing for me.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, but me and Zach do play in Disciples of Verity.
Yes.
Yeah, so we got that, and we obviously do this as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And we was talking about Corey last night. One of my like favorites, dude, from back in the day was Living Color.
right.
I remember when Call to Personality came out, and I was like, "What the hell is this? This is awesome!" You know.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely. Love
The-
that tune. Love that band.
oh yeah. I mean, as we were talking about that last night, you know, it's like Vernon. I mean, that dude was he was fucking insane on a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was on
Zach,
one of the Second
Zach's
Skins.
closing in on him.
So, like, I mean, I asked Zach last night, so I'm not going to include him in this one. But you know, I don't want to ask the cliche of, you know, who's your influences, but I'd like to know what is it that got you each individually into music.
Wow. I guess for me it was my dad. Because my dad was like young, like 19 when he had me. So he just listened to music all the time, had a huge record collection, had the 8-track tape player in the car, and just constantly listening to music. And he bought me my first guitar. So that's where I got my stuff from.
Nice.
Sure.
Yeah, I would say that for myself as well, man. My dad was always in a band, and my mom, and my aunts and uncles, and everybody had bands. So, but they all did the cover thing. And when I started playing, I just constantly was writing. So I just started to look at original bands around. And me and Mark met probably 11 years ago or something at Raceway Park. And he said he had a band and they needed a singer. So we linked up, and it's been that way ever since, man.
Hell yeah. Tommy,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see you kind of sweat that. What about you, buddy?
I guess growing up, I used to. My older brother and sister used to. I used to go and sneak into their rooms and listen to like Black Sabbath and Twisted Sister and Iron Maiden, and the shit would scare the shit out of me when I was like 6, 7 years old. You know? And my dad was a drummer. He played in like oldies kind of doo-wop kind of stuff.
Right.
So he showed me a few beats, and then I don't know. And then I just got into my own kind of bands in my teens, listening to like Skid Row and Pantera and stuff like that. And yeah, and then just, you know, by listening to my favorite bands, just started playing drums.
Sweet.
So
How about you, Mark?
so pretty much my dad showed me a couple beats, you know, showed me some, you know, like Wipe Out and Walk Don't Run and all this stuff. And then I just took it on from there, you know,
Yeah.
listen to my favorite albums.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for me, man, I guess when I was a kid, my grandmother had an acoustic guitar and I used to play around with it. And then, when friends started listening to like Ozzy Osbourne and Blizzard of Oz and Randy Rhoads, man, and, that's what kind of brought me into the whole, I want to be like that guy, and I want to play guitar. So I just started doing that, and bands, anything from Zeppelin, Pink Floyd to Megadeth to like a Meshuggah, whatever it may be. I like it all,
Yeah.
So I try to stay well rounded in that sense of what I like to listen to, and I like to play light stuff and I like to play aggressive stuff, and I try to blend it all together, So
Gotcha. So just one last question, guys. Letting Go is coming out. You say late summer, early fall. Are we going to have any physical copies?
Yeah, we're
Definitely.
thinking about that. You know, we're gonna get that going. Right now, we're just concentrating on some video making and getting the singles out, get a little more traction going, and we're definitely gonna be doing some physical stuff.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause that's, I mean, like, I still feel like that's a very important part of a band. You know what I mean? Zach and I were talking about that last night. Cassette tapes, CDs. You know, I've been buying a lot of vinyls, making a comeback. I've been buying a lot of vinyl. You know, and
Yeah,
I prefer. I mean, streaming's okay, but I prefer the physical copy. And I
I
mean,
like having something in my hand too, man. When I go watch a band or something and I leave, I like leaving with something, you know what I mean? I like
right.
looking at the lyrics and the you know, the guys' names and just the artwork, and that I think that's a big part of a band, you know.
Exactly. And I mean, it's like I was talking with Zach last night. You know, I bought one. I interviewed Saliva, and they all signed the album for me. And now, you know, freaking Wayne just passed away not too long ago. So, you know, I've got his signature on a shirt and a album. So, I mean, that makes it even more, you know, sentimental.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
And I think that's just one of the biggest parts of what I miss of back in the day, you know, was like you bought a cassette tape and there wasn't no skip button. You know, there was fast forward, but you know, good luck getting it to stop in between the songs, you know.
Yeah.
True.
right.
You had to listen to it. And you open up the jacket and you're reading the lyrics and who produced it and who wrote the song and all of that. And I feel
Who
like
thanked, who I like to see who thanked who.
right.
You always
And
see who's kind of like rubbing elbows together.
yeah, and I mean, I hope that the music biz kind of, you know, comes back around full circle that way. I don't see it happening, but it's just I really I'm a very nostalgic person. I love my 80s, 90s, 2000s, you know, but I mean, I miss the day of like being so freaking excited to get allowance money and go to the freaking, you know, music store and pick up a new
Yeah.
cassette. So,
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
and one of the things I certainly miss is MTV, man. I, I hang my
Well, yeah, I miss videos. I mean, YouTube's kind of the new MTV. I mean, you can watch whatever the hell you want, you know.
true,
So
but I mean, you ain't got no Headbangers Ball on YouTube.
no, but you
Oh,
got
that rocks. That
that
rocks is
rocks,
on there
man.
now,
Yeah,
man.
Don Jameson, fucking Jim Florentine, fucking Eddie Trunk.
And those are all
You
Jersey.
know the yeah, all Jersey guys, man.
Mhm.
Funny as hell, and they got that new show out there. So I don't know, man. I think they might be doing something with that. You know, they're doing a good job.
Oh yeah. I mean, and Eddie, I mean that dude is. I mean, I've always considered myself like very smart when it comes to music and bands and stuff like that, but Eddie would make me look like a dumbass. I mean,
Dr.
that
Trump.
guy's been around the scene for so long. I mean, and the people that he's hung out with, crazy. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Well, it's getting late. I'm sure you have stuff to do. I very much appreciate you being on this evening. It was great talking to you. Definitely looking forward to the release of Letting Go. And you know, like I said,
Cool.
check it out. The King of Clubs, Columbus.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll definitely check it out, man. Nice meeting you, bro.
Definitely, bro.
All right,
Definitely,
guys.
man.
Thank you, brother.
All right, Matt.
Good one.
Thanks, man.
Good
All right.
stuff, brother.
Later.
Awesome. Have a good one.
You too, Zach.
You guys,
Be good,
I'll
man.
see you guys soon.
All right.
Good night.